mom's laksa is also very special because it will bring all of us home. We have a family of 5, you know, and my siblings are all married. So whenever she makes laksa, we're like, okay, we'll come down. You know, if we can't stay, we'll probably just tap out, but we'll still come down and get it from her.
Oh wow! This is your mom's weapon for bringing the family together, right?
If it's not this, it's a rendang.
Oh, okay, it's one of them.
It's one of them, yes.
So we're here at Tanglin Hall today, one of the oldest towns in Singapore. So I actually stayed here for 3 years when we first got married.
I'm very unfamiliar with this place.
Yes, Easty, right?
I'm in Easty and Hart, so I'm very excited. You've got to show me what's good over here.
So we'll get some favorite local food today and go back to try.
Alright, let's
go.
go.
Hello, laksa 一个大的打包。
Terima kasih. Cik, sosis satu sosis masala. Okay, terima kasih Cik. Ini dia bayar.
第一包烧鸡饭打包。Quite a typical spread for breakfast, right? Singapore breakfast, right? We got prata, we got Chinese style laksa, chicken rice. And what do we have there?
This is our chicken rice.
Oh yes.
Yeah, ayam penyet.
And what do we have there? I don't know.
Kueh jongkong. It's actually a dessert. It's rice flour mixed with coconut milk, and then you have gula melaka syrup.
Nice, nice. Shall we begin?
Shall we begin? Yes, let's try. Let's try.
For me, I think what is the most Singaporean dish will be chicken rice. Every food court there will be chicken rice stall. I know like chili crab is sort of like the one we sell to the tourists, right?
Yeah, yeah.
But like for the common Singaporean person, for me it will be chicken rice.
Definitely.
Something that you can eat at least once a week. Something that tapao something for someone. There's one version that's in Bishan that I really like that I sort of like grew up eating. They actually dunk the whole chicken in ice.
Wow.
And it's served cold. And then with the hot rice and the whole contrast, the way they present the chicken is all with ice cubes on top.
Oh wow! I mean, there's so many varieties of chicken rice, right? You have the Hainanese chicken rice, and wow, I've never heard of this chilled chicken rice before.
Yeah. So to me, chicken rice is the most Singaporean dish. That represents Singapore the most. How about you?
I think I really love laksa, but unfortunately, a lot of the laksa outside is a prawn-based laksa, right? Yeah. And I'm allergic to prawns, so I think that was one of the reasons why my mother made laksa at home. So for us, it's the fish laksa.
Fish laksa?
Yeah, fish laksa.
Wow, I have never heard of it.
You've never tried it either?
I've never tried it before.
Okay, you'll love it.
And now we'll get some energy for our cooking.
Yeah, let's finish our feast first, and then we can start cooking.
So what are you doing right now?
So I'm actually preparing the rempah base. So we're going to be using like a whole bunch and blending it up together, the rempah.
Cool.
Yeah.
For my dish, it's quite similar as well. It's also mainly based around ginger and garlic as well. Southeast Asia, Singapore.
Yeah.
This is the step where you sort of massaging the chicken. And so I think the salt kind of like tenderizes a little bit.
Wow, look at that. I actually want to be this chicken right now. I want to get a massage. This is my childhood as far as I can remember, because I was always tasked with peeling the quail eggs, and I would always purposely peel 1 or 2 badly because I want to eat them right there and then. And then, you know, once my mom had realized that, okay, you've had enough quail eggs, you can go and play. And then she goes and finish up making the laksa. This is one of the dish that she rarely makes, you know, because it is pretty tiring. You have to cook the rempah. You know, ingredients prep itself is already quite tedious, I think. My mom's laksa is also very special because it will bring all of us home. We have a family of 5, you know, and my siblings are all married. So whenever she makes laksa, we're like, okay, we'll come down. You know, if we can't stay, we'll probably just tap out, but we'll still come down and get it from her.
Oh wow! This is your mom's weapon for bringing the family together, right?
If it's not this, it's a rendang.
Oh, okay, it's one of them.
It's one of them, yes.
For me, it has always been chicken rice. You know, to sit down as a family. Between me and Lauren as well, like me and my wife, a lot of the meals we sort of, today is a bad day.
Let's have chicken rice.
Let's have half a chicken. I think that's the power of food, right? How it sort of brings everyone together.
Exactly.
So I'm going to make the aromatic oil now, which is chicken fats and all these aromatics.
Now it's my turn to cook the rempah.
So how long do you have to do the rempah for?
I like to do it for at least 20 minutes. My mom taught me to just put it on low fire and stir for the life of you.
So you go fast and you go slow.
Yeah. So that's how I cheat. Now I'm done with the rempah. I'm going to add my fish paste and my coconut milk. Salt it. I'm going to water it down a little bit. Cover it, let it simmer.
So it's been half an hour of simmering the chicken. We're going to take it out. So we are going to dump into ice. The last step for me is going to do the rice. So we're gonna fry all the aromatics in the aromatic oil, and then we're gonna cook the rice.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So do you think that food is an important part of Singaporean identity?
Oh, it definitely is. If you go travel, you meet other Singaporeans, the first thing you talk about is food and how much you miss Singaporean food. I remember when I was traveling Europe after I graduated, and for 1 whole month I was eating croissants, crepes, and all those sandwiches. I didn't have a proper rice, proper Malay food. And then suddenly when I went to Germany, I visited my former colleague, and she cooked fish head curry. It was a simple fish head curry, and the moment that spoonful of curry reached my lips, I cried. I cried so bad. She was so worried. Are you okay?
Homesick.
I was homesick. I didn't know it, until I had the fish head curry, and it still gives me goosebumps, thinking about it right now.
Cooking for someone is probably the best way of showing your love and hospitality, right?
Yeah.
So when we were in Mexico, we stayed with my wife's exchange friends, and they spent the 5 days really showing us all the Mexican culture and food. The best way that I could repay them is to cook them a meal.
Yeah.
I look at Mexico and all the ridiculously beautiful yellow chickens, and it taught to me chicken rice. And I think it's a very good way to share the culture.
Yeah. Kenneth, I find that food is also like our 6th love language.
It's a very beautiful way to put it.
Right? So when I first started cooking, I cooked a lot of Western dishes.
Actually me too. Yeah.
Right? It's only because my mother cooked a lot of local dishes, a lot of Malay dishes, so I didn't find the need for me to learn how to cook the dishes that she's already cooking.
Yeah.
Only when I got married and I realized that I gotta learn how to cook the dishes that
Was
my
it
mom...
about finding your roots?
I think it's about continuing the family legacy of, cooking these home-cooked dishes. Because I grew up with such a interesting palate, I would say.
Yep.
And I want that for my family as well. I want my son and my kids to grow up, my mom makes the best this and that.
It's a family pride.
Yes, exactly.
And our food is almost ready.
Yeah. Let's
Please
dig in.
enjoy.
Yeah, I'm gonna try your chicken rice.
I'm curious how you...
It's very tender, very juicy.
Yeah.
Actually, it's very nice. This is also very different from what I usually eat because, like I said, I'm always used to either the roasted or the deep fried chicken rice because that's how the Malays, we serve our chicken rice.
I'm happy that you like it.
Yeah, I'm really enjoying this. This is really yummy. I'm gonna dig into my laksa.
Yes. Very rich. Visually, it doesn't look like the laksa used to, but taste-wise, it's actually quite close. Same but different.
Yeah. Like I mentioned, right, the rempah base is always definitely the same.
And then got the fish after tone, but I never had a fish after tone before. That's the first time I'm having this.
It's really amazing, how one dish, is made by different ethnic groups in Singapore,
Yeah.
and it becomes a new, different flavor profile. It's something different entirely than what you're used to.
Today cooking for you kind of reminds me of that time I was in overseas cooking for the exchange friend. Someone sharing the sort of my culture with someone else. And it was nice. It reminds me of why I like cooking and why I like to share with people as well.
For me, cooking for you this laksa, right? It actually reminds me of the first time I cooked laksa for my mom.
That sense of worry.
Yeah,
the sense of like, I must get it right.
Yes,
right?
I need to get it right. I need to make sure the flavors are on point. I'm really glad you love it.
It's good.
Yeah, and I really love your chicken rice as well. That chicken smolts, that branded chicken fat, that's the secret to everything, man. I'm gonna do that for all my chicken rice now.
Yes. Finally, end of the day. It has been an exciting day actually. Probably the most stressful episode of all. Cooking Singaporean cuisine. It feels like the weight of the entire country is looking at you whether you do it right or do it accurately or not. It was a fun day cooking with Shams today. Very refreshing to see what is a Singaporean dish means to someone from a different perspective as well. There's so much more to learn about in our own backyard, and there's so much more Singaporean cuisine has to offer as well. I think it's important that all of us learn to cook at least one classic dish so that when the time comes, we can show the best of ourselves and the best of Singapore to the world.
Because for us, there's so many varieties of chicken rice,
Yes.
right? And for us, I think the ayam penyet version is the best. I need to sneeze.
Yes.
Excuse me, Abdullah. Sorry.
Curry!
I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah, the chili powder.
No, I think it was the Jolly's talcum powder.
Oh no!
Because she flew by me just now.
Oh no, sorry.
It's okay.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Eat the World. If you want to watch more, click here. If you want to subscribe, click here. And let us know what other cuisines we should feature next on this channel as well. Bye!